I think it's important to remember that we came into this war already with fairly tight markets, and that stock levels had been drawn down, in some cases, to the lowest levels in the last 10 years. Prices have were at near record highs even before the war started. And what we're seeing now are the markets trying to recover. The markets are very much focused on, as you said, the Northern Hemisphere crops, both in terms of the crop progress for the crops that were put in the ground this spring, but also those crops that were put in the ground last fall and now are coming to harvest. We have a poor harvest in the U.S. It's going to be a little higher than last year, but still not as high as many people had hoped. We have dryness in Europe. And so the market's really focused on just how much are we going to see come out of that region, those regions this summer and fall.
And where do you think the impact of this is going to be felt? I mean, we've had plenty of reports of suffering in various parts of the world as a consequence of the current conditions. How bad do you think it's going to get? And are we in any position whatsoever to be able to help, at least over the course of this summer?
Well, I think, obviously it's the poor countries that are going to be suffering the most. You do have a lot of countries in North Africa and Mideast that are very large importers of wheat. They consume a lot of wheat. And many of those countries who are in the position to do so subsidize bread and other products other wheat products for their consumers. But for the really poor countries, the Yemens and other countries in the Horn of Africa and then elsewhere throughout the world, they are looking at substantially higher prices that in some cases means that they won't be able to import as much just because they won't be able to afford it. Now, that doesn't mean that they won't have other calories to find, but the World Food Program and the Food and Agricultural Organization of the UN both are projecting that several million more people will go into experience hunger this year because of these high prices.